your boy FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's TheFlyBoyway. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. And welcome to Jeep Talk, Episode 7. Everyone does not deserve full access to you. This is, I won't say is the top one, pause, but I will say is one of the most important lessons I think people need to learn. Is one of the most important lessons that I've learned in life is that everyone doesn't need access or full access to you. Now, I might do another topic in the future about don't forget where you came from. That's important too. But you got to realize this. The more people who you give access to you, the less you have access to yourself. I know it sounds metaphorically or like a quote or something, but if you think about it, it's really true. For example, if I'm always helping people out, or if everyone has my phone number, or everyone has access to me through a portal which I can't control without it messing up my current day. For example, if I have to and I wanted to give people 5 minutes to get in the room, but we'll just keep going into it. You can watch it back later. Again, this is Jeep Talks Episode 7. Everyone should not have full access to you. One thing that I do is I don't tell everybody my phone number. I mean, it's easy. If you really search for it, you probably can find it somewhere. I don't know. I'll just block the person if it's somebody I don't know that's calling. And the reason why I do this is because I have had the same number for 15 years. I've had the same phone number for 15 years. And one thing I realized is that if someone has my phone number, they can call me, and during the course of the day, I'll most likely pick up or look at it, or it'll attract my attention. That's me giving people access to me. But you got to realize, if you're trying to do something, let's say important, right? You're trying to go somewhere. You're trying to achieve a goal. If people have access to you who may not have the same mindset, who may not have the same best wishes for you, then it could slow you down in progression, completely slow you down. Because the thing is, if everyone can, like a cell phone, unequivocally be able to contact you without you controlling it, then what is the benefit of contacting you? For example, I used to allow everyone to message me on Instagram, because a lot of people had questions about Easy Pass Pro. A lot of people have questions about me traveling the world. A lot of people had questions, just basic questions. And for me, I don't ever think there's a stupid question. For the most part, I would answer most people's question, the majority of people, if not everybody's question, because I understand that what I may think is a nonsensical question, or a question I've answered 1,000,000 times on YouTube, like, hey, what country has the best looking pros? Bro, everyone, I've said Cartagena so many times that if you're going to ask me which country has the best pros, it kind of means that you either just looked at the title of my videos, you looked at the thumbnail of my videos, or you just looked at the topic I was talking about and then went straight to the DM to get a direct question. And I know a lot of people do that. I'll show them, they'll see a video of me in Medellin, right? Or let's just keep Colombia. They'll see me in a video of me in Dubai, right? And they'll see, oh, you was doing all this stuff in Dubai. You had women in Dubai. And they'll ask me, hey, where can I find the pros in Dubai? Now, I have the Black Man's Guide, and it has a lot of followers. A lot of people that watched, a lot of people that did it. And I'm going to shout you guys out in the room real quick, yo. There's a lot of people that watched it. But If you've only watched that video, if you never went to any other videos about the black or the black man, you've only watched the vlogs, to come to me first to ask me a question without checking the black man's guide, it's like, all right, come on. So what I would normally do is instead of saying, yo, go watch the black man's guide, I'll post the link and I'll say, hey, watch this video, and after you watch this video, if you have any direct questions, then ask me the direct questions. That's what I do. But there are some people, it got to a point where so many people sending me messages every day on Instagram, and I can control Instagram, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with getting 45 messages, 60 messages, 80 messages a day, and eventually get into all the messages. But the issue is, eventually the messages backtrack. So I might be sitting there answering messages for like 4 days in a row. I might be on a vacation, I have some time, I'm answering messages for 4 days in a row. And to limit that, I was like, dang, I started realizing a lot of people don't follow me that are asking these questions. And I'm like, hey, I'm not asking for no money. I'm not asking for no donations. I don't have a membership. I don't ask for super chats. But you would think if someone helps you out, you might want to at least follow them just to see if maybe they'll post something that'll help you out in the future. Oh, that's loud. Hold on, go. And so what I did to protect access, to me is I made it so that only people who follow me on Instagram can send me a message. What that does is it limits the access of people to me. Now it doesn't. It's not like, because I'm a firm believer in not. And let me shout everybody out before I get into that, y'all. Let me shout everybody out. Ellis, what's going on? With the great topics, I appreciate that. That was deep and will go over most people's heads. Listen, I think sometimes it just takes time to for people to actually understand things. So I never try to dissuade them from listening. Barks, what's going on? Fresh salute. Andre Gordon, shout out to the bro. Andre, what's up, man? Mind blown universe. That's right. I embrace the power of block and delete. Gosh. Here's the thing. Now I got to get into it before I get into the rest, because this is important. I study history. And even more to that, I study black history. A lot of people want me to say black American history. I'll say black history. You know why if you know my channel. In the past, a lot of and I wanted to make this a topic, but I didn't want it to just come off mean. But there's a lot of old people. There's a lot of old people that are not OGs. And there's a reason why they're not OGs. And the reason why they're not OGs, they're just old people, is because they didn't take what they knew and teach it to the young. Especially in my community, in the black community. There's a lot of people who are old people, but not OGs. Get me here, y'all. Quote me on that. I'm probably the first person that said that. There's a lot of old people who are not OGs because the lessons that they learned, they kept for themselves. And they didn't pass it to the people who came behind them trying to learn. And the people who came behind them had to go hustle for themselves or struggle for themselves to get to that lesson. And now that's us. So by the time we got to that lesson, instead of making the kids go through that process that they made us go through, we teaching them that lesson already. We're showing them how you can travel on YouTube. You think people in general, or people in general, but black people too, have been traveling just since the AOL days, since the YouTube days when we can see it online? No. There's been people traveling for the longest, but those people didn't give the access of information to the millennials, to the Gen Zs, to the people growing up under them. And like I said, this is not about giving full access. This is about just giving any access of information that can help you to learn, hey, there's another world. And now there are a lot of old people. Again, there's a difference between old people and OGs. There's a lot of old people now who want to say, oh, you got to stop sharing all the stuff on YouTube. You got to stop telling people all these places to go. You got to stop giving people access to you and your information because it makes it harder for us to live in a paradise that we set up that we didn't give people access to. Again, there are a lot of old people, not a lot of OGs. So when it comes to block and delete, the only comments I delete, right? The only comments I delete on my channel is if it's spam, like it keeps saying the same thing over again on multiple videos and it has nothing to do with the video, or if it's someone who is giving out information, the personal information about somebody that's in the video or somebody that's been in one of the videos, or even my personal detailed information like phone numbers, email addresses, and things like that. Other than that, a person can say whatever they want to say. If it gets past YouTube's block, I'm giving them access. They're not going to have full access to me, but they'll have access to comment and say what they want to say. But again, this is why I really wanted to try to make this a topic about the difference between, I might still make it a topic to say there's a big difference between old people and OGs. I might make it that topic. So if I talk about this again tomorrow or another day, just bypass it if you don't want to listen. But again, I don't block anybody unless you're spamming it or giving out personal information or delete anybody comment. Chicken Burrito, what's going on? Yes sir, yes sir. That was Mind Universe. Let's see. I had a question and then unfollowed because I was busy. Chicken Burrito said I had a question and then unfollowed because I was busy. Carvin, Dave, what's going on? Right? It's the least someone can do. Again, it doesn't. I don't ask for thank yous. I don't ask for any of that information because I don't do this for myself. A lot of people, there's nothing wrong with it. They do it. And we can talk about, if you guys got any questions, we can talk about anything. You know, this is Jeep Talks episode 7. I just try to stick to one topic from time to time during the course of this Jeep Talk. And this topic is Jeep Talk episode 7. We get into that part where it's going to get all fuzzy and stuff. So if you guys got to leave and come back, then that's cool. But when this is Jeep Talk episode, everyone shouldn't have full access to you. I don't bother YouTubers. Salute to you guys for replying when I reach out. Again, you can't set the standard. Like, just because that's what just because I have this belief that everyone shouldn't have full access to you, but people should have access to you. You can't necessarily, or you shouldn't necessarily, I do it when it comes to older generations, but you shouldn't necessarily get mad if a YouTuber or a content creator on YouTube cannot give you, possibly because they have a lot of people. Now, everyone is not going to be like me, where you can reach out to me. Yes, I have 100. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna be bumbling up for the next 3 minutes. 3 minutes is gonna be bumbling up. But all this stuff again, hopefully it doesn't die out, but it should be better now. We passed the mountains, and I'll get to some of y'all comments in a second, y'all. All this stuff, and I still give people access to me. Again, if it broke up, I'll say it again. I have 100,000 subscribers. I have a million view long form video. I have a 25 million view short form video. I'm a millionaire, and I still give the average person access to me. To me, not full access, but they still get access to me and my thoughts without charging you. But you can't knock another person. You cannot knock, or you should not knock another person because they're not willing to go that far. Everyone did enough struggles as I did. People any access, but it's different. You shouldn't, but I still get when I see the older folks do it because of the fact that if you want to be considered an OG, well then you got to do something. You have to Your life has to be something that can represent OG status. You can't just be an old person. You gotta, if you want to be considered an OG, or you want the respect that OGs get, you gotta be one that was given to these people, given access to yourself, even though you didn't have to. Now, if you charge money, cool. There's nothing wrong with charging money, and I understand and see things different. The person who's seeing all these things and not giving people access, again, to each his own. Let's see. Chicken Burrito said, nah, I ain't asked a question. I shared a post. Okay. This Jeep talk is dope. I appreciate it, Dion. Appreciate it. Chief Police, hey, yo. Y'all know it's a little bit more difficult to get to y'all messages when we go through that rough part right there. Andre, salute. What's going on? Listen. You can't. When I was younger, we all do. I think a lot of us artists do it. When I was younger, I tried to reach out to some of the artists. It wasn't just me asking them to listen to my music. It was like, hey, how is there a place where I can go in your city that you go to give people opportunity? I'm not asking you to give me an opportunity to protect. I just want to allow me to know where the contests are at. I'll join the contest. I'll pay for it. Allow me to know where the talent shows are at. I'll sign up. I'll perform. I went everywhere to try to get access to more people. And yes, some people did help. Or at least, and when I help, I don't mean they directly helping me. They gave me access to say, hey, like, for example, I think I walked up to DJ Envy once. DJ Envy, and I don't know if you guys are in wherever you're at, in whatever state you're in. We have a show called The Breakfast Club in the tri-state area. And in the Breakfast Club, there's a DJ named DJ Envy. And I think I seen DJ Envy at a party once, and I was like, hey, yo, I don't want to sit here and get you to play my music on the radio. I don't want to ask you to do any of that. I just want to ask, is there a show or something where I can go and show my talent, and then maybe that'll get me on the radio or something like that. I hope the service is not too bad right now, y'all. Is there a show or something I can do to get myself on the radio? And he goes, yeah, my sister Lady L. My sister Lady L at the time was from a group called Murder Mommies. She's from a group called Murder Mommies. And DJ Envy said, yeah, my sister L has a talent show. I don't control completely what goes on the radio in the daytime radio, but what you can do is if you want that opportunity, you can go see my sister L and apply for her show. I didn't ask for no handout. I just wanted information. I wanted access to the information. He gave me the access to the information. Now, what happened next wasn't because I talked to him. It wasn't because I begged him to help me out. It's because I listened when he said, hey, I'm not doing nothing to get anybody on radio. I'm not doing that, but you can go to my sister L, Lady L, and do her talent show. I did the talent show. I won first place. I still got the video, y'all. I think I got the video of that one. I know I got the pictures. Definitely got the pictures. I got the pictures still. But the video, I think I had the video when I got third place the second time. So I went up there and I followed what he said. I said, I'm going to Lady L thing. He gave me the information. That's all he said. No help, no nothing. No, my boy is coming. Pick him. None of that stuff. So I went on to the talent show, and this is back when I was rapping still. So I was about 20, I want to say 23. I want to say I was like 23 or 20, 23 or 29. I want to say 23. I want to say 23, but I could be 29. I don't know. Maybe 23. All right, so I go to the talent show. It's about 30 people in the talent show. 30 people. All types of people. All types of people. I plan out. I strategize. How can I take this access that I was given and make the most of it? I made a big skit. Everybody in the crowd laughed. It was going crazy. Then I came on. I performed. I ripped it down. My song I performed was called Pretender. It's on YouTube if you guys want to listen to it. Again, this is back when I used to do rap. Before I seen what you need to do to get on that level, and I decided not to do it. Another Jeep right there, y'all. Real quick. Peace. So I got picked first place. Matter of fact, let me tell you, they called it third place. I really ripped the shit. Second place. That's when I went there with My car club I was down with, Brick City GM. Shout out to Brick City GM Car Club, North New Jersey. Rest in peace, Tyson. The car club I was in, Brick City GM. I was the youngest member. And we was deep, and I ain't get picked. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Second place, so I'm sitting here. My people like, yo, we should boo because we don't understand why you ain't get picked. Boom, they call the number one person, FRE $H number one. Give me a hand, fans. The winner got their music played on Hot 97. The winner got their music played on Hot 97 at night. So my song had been played on Hot 97. Pretender had been played on Hot 97 back then. So the music got that, and then at the time there was some I gotta say pause, because the name of the magazine was crazy big what it is now, based on what that name is used now. There was a name of a magazine called Grinders or Grinding or something like that. Grinding, but you Grinders now is crazy. And it was basically all the up and coming celebrities. I mean, all the up and coming artists who were grinding on their grinding, winning shows and stuff. And I had a whole post in that magazine. They took pictures and stuff. They wrote stuff on my information on it, all because DJ Envy gave me the access to information to know that his sister was doing something. So again, when things like that happen, no matter how big I get on YouTube, no matter how known I get on YouTube, no matter how known I get in life, I feel as though I have to keep giving access to people but not full access, because not everyone's willing to do that. I went into soliloquy. That's crazy. Jay Brad says that's not old people. That's haters. No, again, I'm not gonna call nobody. I'm gonna try not to call nobody a hater because I don't know what their true feeling is. They might not be hating. They might be trying to teach. I don't know. But they definitely are old. They fit the old, meaning the age. I consider old someone over 50. Someone over 50 is old. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just putting you in a certain age bracket. 50 is just an age bracket. It's old. But an OG is someone over 50 who has helped and gave access to the information they've learned in their life. Drake or Kendrick, again, I discussed this real quick before, but we'll just I know some OGs and old people. Yeah, I know some run, me too, run. And again, there's nothing wrong with old people. I'm not saying that one's better than well, technically. I consider one being better than the other, but I'm not saying it is. Colton, Drake or Kendrick? Overall, you gotta say Drake. This battle by strategy, Kendrick probably won. But as far as overall, come on, man, it's not even a comparison. You gotta say Drake and the Beatles. You can't even say that. You gotta say Drake and Michael Jackson. You can't even say that. So, do you love Skibbity Boy? Oh man, my son put me on that show, but I don't really watch it that much on YouTube. I subbed because I saw something I like. I appreciate it, Run. A little 60. Say hello. 42 Duggar or little. This is not my age group. I wouldn't be able to give you the best thing, but when I was in Miami, 42 Duggar he had that city moving. So I gotta go with 42 Duggar. I don't know little RT. He might be new. Jay Brash, I appreciate the info you gave me before I went to Cartagena. It was a big help, and it was my first international trip, though. That's crazy. It's tough, y'all. It's tough if you choose Cartagena on your first international trip because you ain't gonna see too much better than that when it comes to ladies. But experience-wise, yeah, the other places you can go to have more fun doing stuff. Big Euro stepper in the building. China. They buffered it. Yo, bro, your voice looks like GTA Franklin. Free Society, what's going on? You got a new Jeep? I know it's the same Jeep I've had for like 2 years now, I think. Jeep Rubicon, it's the same Jeep I had for like 2 years. I actually want to put the AC on because I don't want to roll the window down. All right, 1 second. Let me see. First Lady L, yeah, Free Society. First Lady L was the name of the DJ Envy's sister who had the show. Who I won first place. The first time I did it, I won first place. The second time I did it, I won third place. Again, like a lot of people know me from YouTube, from traveling. That's what I do the majority of my life. But I show my whole YouTube is about my life basically. But before you guys knew the Flyboy Way for travel, the Flyboy Way did music, and before that, I did traveling. So I traveled at 18, and then at 21, I started doing music. and then I went to traveling again, and at 29 I released my only mixtape I got, and then I went back to traveling. So music and travel has been intertwined with my life throughout life. Bag 510, what's going on, man? You wild boy. Earth is scientifically and measurably flat. Okay. Heaven, morning, what's going on? What's going on? The big Euro. I will unsubscribe from Flyboy if I don't get that China connect. Yo, I told people, yo, if you want that China connect, you just gotta hit me on Instagram, man. It's certain things you can't put on YouTube, and there's certain things you can't put on Facebook, but somehow Instagram Messenger lets me do it. So for those that are just joining, this is Jeep Talk episode 7. You should not get full access, or everybody doesn't deserve full access to you. Let's talk about the women. Let's talk about women. I'm going to mess up this quote, but maybe you in the chat room could fix this quote for me, because I'm going to mess it up. You can't treat the ones that you hugging, or, you know, you can't certain say words on YouTube. You can't treat the ones that you hugging like the ones that you loving. You know what I mean? I believe Jay-Z said something like that. You can't treat the ones that you effing the same way you treat the ones that you loving. And the reason why that is because you should not give the same access to the women that are just or pros as you do for the women you plan to have something long term with. This is very important. An important thing that people are starting not to be able to distinguish. And there's nothing wrong. Everyone has their own opinion in life. But you should never give a pro, let's just say pro, you should never give the pro the same access to you as you give a woman that you're playing the long game on. Here's why. If the woman that's playing the long game sees that you're treating every woman the same way, right? Giving her the same access you gave to her, then the access you give to the woman playing the long game, it devalues. It devalues. Let me break it down the same way inflation is. If the United States has $1 trillion worth of dollars, and they print more money, right? That means each dollar is worth less money. So as the pro, if you want to start taking and everyone called me a savage for this. They call me a savage for this, but it's basic economics. This makes me think that people don't understand basic economics. They call me a savage for this. I said if me and a pro agree on a price, that's all she's getting. She's not getting water. She's not getting food. She's not getting anything if our agreement was just on poetry for this price. Because if I want to take a woman out to eat, if I want to go to the club and pop bottles for a woman, that will be a non-pro. That I'm giving a certain type of access of me to her. I'm not trying to give the same access, and I don't think it's wise to give the same access to the pro as you do to a girl you're just talking to, and she's letting you hit the box for free. And they call me a savage for this. They call me a savage for this. Versus, and I really believe that is because a lot of people don't understand basic economics. Economically, we come to an agreement. Why am I giving you more than that agreement if that's the agreement we have? Because I appreciate your service. This is not IHOP. I'm not here to give you a tip. This is not you don't go tip the McDonald's person, right? You don't for fast food. You don't go tip the McDonald's person. You don't go take the McDonald's person to Benny Hondas, right? So why would you go do the same thing for a pro? Again, everyone lives their own life, but you should not give that full access to you where the pro can call you up and ask you for money after you leave. What? A pro? call me on the phone? Ask me for money after I leave? Are you kidding me? Call me and say, hey, baby, when you come back, can you bring me something? A pro? No, no, no. Everyone doesn't deserve full access to you. Oh, it's crazy, man. Hold on, let me read it. Why you never put out another project musically? Oh, that's a tough question. I want to say this without giving. I'll give the details so that if you want to check, you can check. But I won't say the name of the different record labels that I actually got a chance to talk to. I will say shout out to some people that I got a chance to talk to who were super cool. On my channel, if you look under my Dare to Be Different playlist, I got to talk to T-Pain. I got to talk to DJ Drama. I got to talk to Don Cannon, who at the time was the head person in charge of Def Jam records, or who artists would get selected. When I was in my teens, I went to a school called Immaculate Conception. I was my freshman year. I'm just pulling up to work, so that's why I'm slowing down a little bit. When I was a teen, I went to a school called Immaculate Conception in Montclair, and I had a friend who was like a professional tap dancer. He like won awards, he was a professional tap dancer, but he also rapped. I think his name was Maurice. And everybody knew I used to rap, but I didn't take it seriously. Because I always started off in poetry. I was a poet from the start. I've been a poet since I was 13 and unattractive, going on AOL. So me and Maurice, we was, I guess, rapping one day, and somebody, I'll say it's a big group, and I don't want to say live. I don't matter. Don't forget. It was Hardcore Records. If you know what that is, that's a subsidiary. Because now it's so old, it don't matter. It was Hardcore Records, and it was a subsidiary of I believe Little Kim. And they seen me and my homies rapping, and they was like, "Yo, we could." This is before Bow Wow, y'all. This is before Bow Wow. We could make these young kids a group, and we just so happened to be rapping in Montclair, and their studio and their office was in Montclair. Now Montclair is the wealthy part of New Jersey, one of the wealthiest cities in New Jersey. So they had their studio there, and they seen it. They're like, come inside one day. We'll come, like, after school. Come inside. We'll have a thing. We'll rap and do all that stuff. And we'll see if we can sign y'all to something. So we go there one day, and they're like, all right, rap. This is this and this. What I realized in hip hop, from my opinion, this is just my opinion, and this wasn't the first one. It was another one that happened when I dropped the mixtape. You have to fit a certain caricature. I hope you guys know what a caricature is. You have to fit a certain style, or you have to represent a certain way in order to access the fame at a level of hip hop that you can manage to. I don't know. I'm trying to say it a way that you guys can understand. And on YouTube, I can show you my full life. I can show you who I really am. It might be the kindest person. It might be the nicest person. It might be the meanest person. But I don't fit that caricature of what they wanted a person to be in hip hop in order to raise up. And if you listen to the mixtape again, if you see me with DJ Drama, at the time he had just dropped Lil Wayne Carter 3. I think he dropped Lil Wayne Carter 3. He was either Carter 3 or Carter 4. He had just dropped one of those, and I had access to him like that. T-Pain, I had access to him like that. So for me, after I dropped that one mixtape, I decided, and I was 29 at this time when I dropped the mixtape, when I had access to all these people, and I was like, yo, I don't want to play this caricature to tell my story, because that's what I use hip hop for. I use hip hop to tell my story, because remember, I know a lot of you guys are not old enough. Euro, you might not be old enough, but there was a time before YouTube where the only people who got to tell their story was people who rap. I mean, tell a story from the urban environment was people who rap. There was no other way around it. And then once it became, you have to tell a story, even if it's not yours, you have to tell a story that fits this caricature that we want you to be in hip hop. And I said I couldn't do that. And I definitely wasn't gonna be, ooh, no offense, KRS-One. I definitely wasn't gonna be no lame rapping about lyrical miracle stuff and not making no money. That just wasn't gonna be me. I'm not that dedicated to the actual art of rap to say, oh, I want to be the best lyricist in the world. No, I want to have some money too. I need some money. I need money because I understand how the world works economically, and I wasn't gonna do that. So I ended up just saying, you know what? I know before I even made it, I said I gotta. If I stop now and I don't have even a mixtape out, then it's like I didn't do anything. So I decided to put a mixtape out, and after the mixtape, I knew I was done. That's why even if you listen to the mixtape, you say, even if you listen to the intro that everybody listens to, it's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. This Dare to Be Different. This is my one and only mixtape because I knew what I was doing when I made it, when I put it out. Hey, cuz, with my reparations. Hey, yo. I'm never one of the people that's going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not, and I got a couple minutes. I'm not one of the people that's going to sugarcoat nothing. Do black people in the United States deserve reparations? Yes. Will we ever get reparations? No. Why? Because if you get reparations, that means that people will have other ethnicities some that didn't even come from this country, will have to say to America, we are fine with taking a hit economically so that you can give the people who help build this country money. No one's going to self-inflict the wound to help somebody else, man. Or at least the majority is not going to self-inflict the wound to help everybody else. Do I think it even makes sense to fight for reparations? No, I don't. I think the reparations that we have is to gain the knowledge to know how, as black United States citizens, we can go around the world anywhere and use our economical power and influence through music, through the number one culture in the world, hip hop, to actually integrate and build out elsewhere. And that's our reparations. Heaven, as long as you still keep it real with the one you love and not the one which you lick. Again, y'all, Jay-Z line, yes, I remember that. It was on Me and My Girlfriend. Okay, again, like that line is, he probably not the first to say it. I'm definitely not the first person to say it. But again, you can't give the same access to a pro as you do. You can't as you do a girlfriend. You can't give it access to your A1 day one guys you grew up with that you do with somebody you just met off the block. And people have to deserve your access. They have to do stuff to deserve your access. For example, if you forever talking dirt on my name, right? But you need help with me with something. Why would I help you? And you're always talking. Now, if you're not talking dirt on my name and I can help, then sure. But if you're not doing anything to deserve it, why would I give you full access to me? Now, a little bit of access, yeah, but full, no way. We're gonna get to the end of this, and we're gonna get into the thing. Let me turn this off. Get ready to go, y'all. Heaven says, but still have to be careful how we treat each other. What goes around comes around. Exactly. You cannot give access to someone and still be respectful, y'all. I don't know what thought that you can't, but you can still not give access to someone and be respectful and be courteous, or just not give them full access. Oh shucks, hold on. I need to put this back in my car. I don't know about y'all, but real men, especially with Jeeps, we rock with this black ice. What type of air freshener do you guys got in the car? How many of y'all use this black ice? I don't know. I want to say it's a black thing. I doubt it is. I think it's just a man thing that we use black ice instead of that cherry or some kind of fruity flavor. Name a planet for an edit. Name a planet like this, for example. The guy name a planet for the edit. He is now hidden from this channel because he spammed in the thing. You see, so I don't delete comments that I don't agree with. If I don't agree with it, I might even, if you leave a comment on my page and I don't agree with it, I might even like it. Not to say that I agree with it, but to say that I appreciate you voicing your opinion. But if you spam, you're gone, man. You're gone. He did it twice, but I'll let it slide. Ella says, I understand what you're saying, fam. Okay. Let me see if I can get to the end of this real before we go in. Big Eurostepper, you need a certain image. Some people was able to go through because it was the way they though, but for the most part, you ain't gangster, whatever. They just not that too. They want followers, guys who will fall in line. Yeah, I mean, to me, I never wanted followers. I just wanted to tell my story. So, but a lot of people do want. They want the acknowledgement. They want the clout. They do it for the clout. Do it for the clout. Lon says, "Can you tell me the code to live stream?" I don't know the code. You in the helicopter, bro? I'm in a big truck, clutched out. You know what I mean? Big Jeep. Robert Downey Jr., Downey Jr. Does anyone believe that the influence of hustling and gangster rap directly contributed to helping keep prison full? I saw that thing that I posted one actually before with Lazy Bone, Crazy Bone said. I think it does have a big part in it. If do I think it's a big setup or do I think they just took advantage of it? I think they more than likely took advantage of it than it being a full setup. But who knows? I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not, y'all. Um, we ain't getting that money once you open. Once you open that door, everybody gonna come walk in. Let me see. Oh, that's in. Get that black ice and fire chicken burrito, definitely. I use everyone. Wait, I used everyone, and black ice is the best. Okay, so it's not just me. It's not just me. Sin City, what's going on, man? I never even considered signing to Rockefeller because by the time Rockefeller was out, I was already done with hip hop. I was already done with trying to be a rap artist. But you can see me with DJ Drama, and DJ Drama was well actually Rockefeller was out when I was done with hip hop. But you can see me with DJ Drama. You can see me on with T Pain on my page. And who else? The Game. You see me with Don Cannon when he was the head of Def Jam. But I never really, like I said, I knew when I put out my first I knew when I put out my first mixtape that I wasn't going to be trying to do rap anymore. I knew I needed to find another way, and luckily YouTube came out and I was able to do it. Dean World, what's up, man? Japanese and Native Americans got reparations. Nah, not at all. It's not gonna happen. Big Boss man, what's going on, man? And nice chatting. Yeah, definitely, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all on the next live. It's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel, and I'll see you on the next Jeep Talk. Because this has been Jeep Talk episode 7. Everyone doesn't deserve full access to you. Peace.